Okay, now this is on a whole new different page, but it's kind of similar to my little love chronicles that I be going through. But this is the background history behind my love chronicles, okay? We don't do no judging on here, okay? So, bitch, if you judge me, just know, no sin is greater than the next. But it's not even about sinning, yo. But me and my grandmother just got in one of our frequent arguments that we always get into. Like, she always getting with her sister, well, her sister, my Aunt Betty, who passed away a few years ago. She always used to argue with my Aunt Betty like that, you know, and I never understood why. But the fact that I understand my grandmother now, I understand why she always get in an argument with people, because she don't like to be wrong, or she don't like it when her truth is brought to her face. And back to the love chronicles, my father was a dope boy and selling drugs since I could remember. And with that being said, my grandmother figures that he was in my life partially. Like, he was in your life, and when he got your head down, okay, but you can count on your fingers how many times he was in my life. I can't count how many times my dad did something for me, because he did way more. But that's not even a comparison that I'm trying to make. The thing is that when you're wrong, you're wrong. She's an enabler to my father. And this shit about to get real, because we just came back from church. And the church, what we was doing, it was called, I don't even want to fuck it up by getting the wrong name wrong for what we was talking about in the church, because this was actually I think I should do this on my computer since I got a laptop now. I'll be forgetting, but yeah, I'm not gonna forget no more. Like, I need to go back to the gym. But look, Byron Jones up there texting me. What the fuck he want? Nothing. Let me see. No, because then I'm going to stop talking to y'all. No, I ain't going to do that. What we was talking about in church today? Today is March the 27th. I believe that is a Tuesday. Okay. Almost there. Come on, Carly. We're getting close. Okay, come on, sister. Got it? There we go. Perspective. That's what he was talking about in the church today. And understand your perspective. This is the emotion I'm having. Okay, so look. Alright, we was talking about perspective on yourself. You gotta understand who you are as an individual. So, with all of that being said in the church, and we was all crying and weeping, you know, she still came out the church the same way. So that means she ain't talk about herself. You know, she talked about what she wanted to talk about. She didn't talk about what she wanted people to know that's really internal with inside of herself. See, my granddaddy was a sharp player. You know, he was sharp. He was ugly, but he was sharp. You know, and the other ladies just loved him. The ladies loved him. You know, he was cheating on my great-grandmother. You know, she knew it, but she said I had kids by him. And back then, they was different times. You know, so I could do nothing but understand her reasons for staying. It was different. My grandmother just turned 94. My great-grandmother just turned 94, so bless her soul. But yeah, so I understand, but it's a learned behavior. You know, my grandfather probably did stuff with my father. You know, and his father was a player. My father's father, my grandpa Mac, was a player. Well, the ladies loved him. You know, and it's a learned behavior. So him being fresh, him having to have the best, that's a learned behavior. But it was also displayed in front of me, in my face. So me getting that perspective for myself, it made me really understand why I'm hurting inside. I'm not only hurting because my father wasn't there for me, like I needed him to be there for me, but I'm trying to get right with my God, because the men, they love me, and I just don't be knowing what to do with it, because now that I'm mature and I'm growing into myself, I don't want to be that same person that I used to be back 4 or 5 years ago. I don't want to be that girl no more. I don't want to be that, but I can't help what I attract, and the attention that I attract is dope boys. That's all I dealt with my whole life. So I went out there looking for a man that reminded me of my father without being knowledgeable of that's what I was attracting. Do I have that look? I need a daddy. I don't want to have that. I need a daddy face. Like, I don't want to have that look. But obviously I must have had that look. But I met my first dope boy and I stayed with him for like 6 years. But in that 6-7 years we was together, he was cheating on me. He was beating on me. And guess who wasn't there to save me? My daddy. The man that's supposed to protect you. The man that's supposed to love you. All I got was a card in the mail or a letter in the mail. That was it. He knew my address back then. But now that he home, ask me, do he know my address now? Because I never see him. He always doing something else. He get his hair cut right up the street from my house. Don't never think about knocking on my door and say, hey baby, what's going on? How you been? I just wanted to come and show you some love, spend some time with you. He don't do that. But me being an adult, being a grown woman, like, he been locked up in and out my whole life. But this last time he got locked up, I was like 14 years old or whatever. And when he went to jail, I was 14. When he came home, I was like 23, 24. I was older. So by me being older, I kind of lost a lot of respect for him and had respect for another man, because the other man that they talk shit about took care of me. Your father fat, I know, but he taking care of me, and he taking me to school, and they provide me with a Christmas every year. They doing what y'all not doing. He giving me the nourishment that a father is supposed to give a child, but I ain't gonna say the whole time I was accepted of that love that he was offering me, because I wasn't. And my stomach hurt, I promise you. My head, like, I promise you, we was in church praising it up. I got MS, right? So them motherfucking lesions in my head is irking me right now. Like, ooh, it's hurting me right here in the back. And my grandmother gave me 2 of these before we started arguing with each other. And I'm just like, Grandma, I remember you was doing this, that, and the third. Like, and she always bringing up, oh shit, I'm like, no. But you started the conversation. Like, no, I didn't. I ain't start talking. Like, okay, then we don't have to talk about this no more. Don't start a conversation that you ain't ready to walk into. You know what I'm saying? So don't talk to me about that kind of stuff. And I just told her that I pick men out that remind me of my father. And sometimes it goes unknowing that this is who your father is. A manipulator, a user, somebody, a dope dealer. He sold drugs to our people, or anybody. He sold drugs. And that's what, that was the fast life. Back in the 80s and the 90s, like, it was what's up, and it looked good from the outside, but I ain't really know the work behind it. My dad's a really smart person, and he went to college and everything. And I know he wish he would have got that scholarship to play basketball, or he probably did, but he got shot in the leg, so it fucked his career up forever. So And now that he home, he using drugs again. You know, I never thought that my dad would be on drugs. I promise you. I never saw that in him. My mother used to be so mad at me because I'm like, no, that's my daddy. That's my daddy. No, don't talk about my daddy. Because she said I always held him on I always had him on a plateau. She was mad at me because I didn't hold her in that same plateau. But I was a daddy's girl. I'm not wrong for wanting my daddy to love me. I remember coming home to him when he was around my grandmother, because he would come and get me and drop me off with my grandmother. And bitch, you know, talking to myself because this is I'm on camera by myself, but I'm not calling you a bitch, so don't take it offensive. So I'm sorry if you did, but he would always pick me up and drop me off with my grandmother. But when he would come home, he would pick me up, bring me in the room, and I would lay next to him, and I would just cuddle with him in his arms. And that's what my ex-boyfriend did for me, who passed away a year or so ago. He cradled me. I met him when I was 16. He was 23. I didn't know, but when I found out, I was already hooked. You know, he turned me out to a lifestyle that I wasn't ready for. But it was my Ambition of a Rider song. Like, I was that ride or die. Like, you know what? I don't do drugs, but I'ma stick by your side. And I don't smoke weed, but I'ma stick by your side. My daddy was selling drugs, so this is what relationships is about. And then he hit me, and my daddy hit his girlfriend, so they made up. They got better, and they stuck together. But they not together no more. They got something out of it. But my whole thing, I told you, the church sermon was about perspective. And with it being about perspective, I saw where the conflict of interest was when that happened, you know. So once you realize it, you change it. I'm changing within myself because I can admit where my flaws is at, because when them niggas was coming and I was juicing them for what they had, you know, or I was, you know, don't nobody want to lose me. I'm a good catch. I ain't got no kids. You know, I had my own car, I had my own place. You gonna tell me nothing, you know, but I didn't love myself. And I didn't know my worth. I was worth more than what I was settling for. You know, so I mean, I still love Darren or whatever, even though he's gone. You know, I still miss him. But that's the younger me, you know. I haven't made it to his gravesite yet. But when I go, I'm going to burn them pictures up that I got of the scars on my face. Because I called the police on him because he beat the shit out of me. You know. And it hurt me. But I got to let it go. You know. And this is my healing process when I talk to YouTube. So I just want to tell y'all, like, I really appreciate y'all listening to me. Because I'm going through a process right now. I don't know what God doing with me, but I know he working on me, and I know he working on something good, like stirring up a good spirit inside me. I don't know, but I really hope that my grandmother really finds herself. Like, I really hope that she face her truth. But she like, you don't know how it feel. Them police came and had me up against the car. Like, I get it. I understand. But that's what you gotta face. You gotta face that you gotta take ownership in what you dealt with in that situation. Because you knew your son was selling drugs. Your son had a